Hi guys, welcome back to GarageTech. In this video I'm going to show you how to remove this top sound insulation and engine cover so you can get to the top of the engine, and then also these trims here, and then the back sound insulation at the back here so you can get to the compartment behind this bulkhead so you can get to the auxiliary belt. So first thing that you need to do is remove this top piece of insulation. This is quite easy. You just need to kind of get your fingers in between here in the corner and then pull it up. Now I've got some trims removed here, and also I've got the roll cage in the way, so it makes things a little bit more tricky, but it is easily doable. So it is quite tough to pull it up. So you can either pull it up at the bottom here. You can see here, this is like a little tab which slides underneath, and the same for this side. You can pull it up. Now if you didn't have the roll cage in place, you could easily just take it out straight away, but because the roll cage is here, I need to take it out through the front. Also, my two seats are solid seats and they don't move, so that makes things a little bit more tricky, but you'll see it's fairly straightforward. So just so you can see, that's the piece of sound deadening. It's actually quite thick. It's actually really heavy actually. So I might leave it off to see what it sounds like. See how noisy it is inside without it. Once that's out of the way, then you can see we've got this cover here. You've got 5 Torx 30 screws or bolts. So they're quite straightforward to remove. Now actually what I find is quite easier to actually just get inside the boot. That way this makes it a bit easier to get inside. So you can see there's one there, one there, one there, and one up on that side and one there. So just 5 to remove. Okay, after that all you need to do is kind of lift it up. So it might be a bit sticky because it's probably not been off for a while. Once you kind of just lift it up, because there's a seal underneath there, then you can take it out. So let me just put my camera back here, or put it forward this edge, so you can lift it up on this side and pull it back, and you can just lift it over a lip here. And again, I'm going to have to come out through the front just because of the roll cage in the way. So if I could just kind of turn it round and I'll pass it through the front. So that's it then guys. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward to remove the engine cover from the top. Once you're here, obviously you can see the plenum chamber, the intake manifolds, and the air filter over that side. Over here you've got the power steering fluid, and here you've got the coolant reservoir. So you can get to most things at the top quite easy, but what I want to do now is show you now how to remove this bottom part so you can get to the auxiliary belt and the back. Obviously to put it all back together, you just put it back in reverse order, so it's quite straightforward. Okay, so next up, now that we've got the top part of the cover removed, what we want to do is now remove this piece of carpet and insulation behind here, because there's another cover behind here where you can get to the auxiliary belt or the V pulley ribbed belt. Several different names, but same thing. So I'm just going to try and prop you up over here to show you how to get that out. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is remove this bar. It's quite straightforward. You can pull these rubber tabs up like that, and so there are two Torx 45 bolts under here, so they're easy enough to get into a Torx socket. There's one there and one there. One on each side. Once you've undone those, so just pull out. So you can put that to one side. And you have one Torx 20 screw in there. There isn't one on the other side, so it's just one this side. Okay, now once that's removed, what we need to do is pull this trim up. So you may need to use some plastic trim tools, or you might be able to just about get your hands in there to pull it up like so. So if you see on the underside, there are just a couple of clips. See, one of mine's damaged there. And sometimes they get stuck inside these bits, so you might need to pull them out with some pliers. But once that's out of the way, then you can see this big flap of the carpet here, and then what we need to do is release the carpet from in these corners. So under here, you might be able to get away with pulling it out, but it's just as easy to remove these Torx 20 screws either side. And then what we can do is then start to pull this big piece of insulation out. So I'll just see you removing this screw. Just gives that extra little bit of movement. And there's one this side. And then what you can do is then you can just about pull the carpet out from that corner. And then we could do the same over this side. Can be quite tough. And then effectively what we need to do now is just pull the carpet or insulation out. So you might just need to tuck your fingers in around the sides here to help pull it out. But then once that's loose, you should be able to just lift it up. And then once that's all loose, you can pull it out. So I'm just going to have to get out, and then I'll show you from the outside. So from here now, you can see I've loosened this insulation, and what I'm going to do is just pull it out in this position. Obviously, because of my seats, it makes things a little bit harder, but you can just about pull it out. A bit difficult with one hand. There we go. And you'll be surprised actually how heavy this is. So it won't be going back for me. I'll leave it off and see how noisy it is. But there you go. Now you can see the cover that we need to remove. So we've got, I think there's obviously one 10mm there, and then there's two, there's one round here, 3, 4, there's another one there, and there's the same on the other side. So there's one here, here, and then one underneath there, and then you've got these two 10mm here. So I'm just going to go ahead and undo all of those. Okay, so now I'm just going to undo these 10mm bolts, and there's 2 nuts here as well. These ones are a bit tighter. I'll just fast forward all of this. Okay, so that's the last one out. So in total we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 little 10mm bolts and 2 nuts, which were from here, where it's on the 2 studs. So once that's all out, it's pretty easy to get out. You might need to prise it off a little bit if it's a little bit sticky. Effectively, once you've done that, you can pull that right up out of the way. I'm just going to stick it up there for now. And there we go. Got to put the cover back. It's pretty much the same process, but in reverse. So I'm just going to line it up with these 2 studs at the bottom here. Like that. There's 2 10mm nuts to put back. And then all of the bolts. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these videos, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Take care.